Hi, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with my sister Cameron, and we are doing a 24-hour readathon together. So I figured we'd sit down here first and talk about the books that we plan to read.
So the first book I plan on reading is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I'm already in the middle of it, so my goal is to finish it. And then I'm in the middle of like 4 books. I'm in the middle of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I want to finish that because we're like rereading it for the fall season. And then I'm also not in the middle, like the first quarter of The Treatment by Suzanne Young. It's also a reread. It's like my favorite series ever.
She talks about it all the time.
I read it in like middle school. And then I also have an audiobook that I'm listening to called The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Then I also have the next two in the series, The Remedy and The Epidemic. I have a very big TBR for this because for some reason I read this series really fast. And then lastly, I'm hoping to read What Lies in the Woods on Kindle.
So I have 4 books that I'm planning to read. I don't know if I'll get through all of them because I'm still recovering from having COVID, so I'm still just like a little tired, and who knows if I'll actually stay up for 24 hours. So the first book that I want to read that I haven't started yet is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe that I just have on Kindle, which yes, I'm also reading that because we're both part of the same Patreon, and that's one of the books of the month. And the other book of the month for that Patreon is Masters of Death by Olivia Blake, and I definitely want to try to read this. I just picked it up from the library today and it seems really intriguing, so I hope to at least get to that. So then there's 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of. I would ideally like to finish these 2 first, so I think I might prioritize them, but I'm also kind of in a romance mood, so maybe I'll start with Pumpkin Spice Cafe, so who knows. But first is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm like maybe less than a quarter of the way through this book. I was like reading a couple chapters every night, and then I got sick, and so now I like feel like I'm behind the like planned schedule of like how much I should be reading every week, so I want to just try to finish it. And then I'm also in the middle of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I really want to finish this today because I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like I'll fly through it just because I always like go through V. Schwab's books really fast. It is currently 7:33 p.m. and we're ideally gonna go all night. Who knows if that's actually gonna happen? We both took naps earlier. Mine was a horrible nap. Hers apparently was great.
Was amazing.
But the whole idea is that we're on fall break for the rest of this week, and we watched the TV show 911 together, which airs tomorrow at 8 p.m. So we're gonna go until around the time that 911 starts. And after we got over just like talking to each other a ton, because apparently we can't be in the same room together without just talking a bunch, we finally both read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and got 42% done. We both just finished chapter 15. I personally am really enjoying it. I think you are too, I guess. I personally am really enjoying it because I kept seeing a lot of people say like it's really corny and cheesy, but like I like that about it. I'm not expecting some like grand like best writing of all time. I knew what to expect going into it, and I think it's like a fun fall romance personally, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm too. Like I wasn't expecting to go into it.
These high expectations.
Yeah,
or
or
the best
like
book of all time.
Yeah, or like even 50% like women's fiction, like Emily Henry or Ivy Jimenez.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna go grab a snack because I'm like starving, and then I think I'm gonna try to make some progress on Harry Potter next.
Me too.
That was not planned, by the way. I just was thinking about it in my head.
Yeah.
But we both just finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. She's mad because I somehow like caught up and finished the book like half an hour before she did, even though she was like 5 or 6 chapters ahead of me.
I was more than that. I was like 60%.
I was at like page 100, so
Yeah.
I was like 30%. I don't know. I just read fast. I did skim a lot though because a lot of it was kind of boring.
Well, yeah, and it's a reread, so.
Yeah. Personally, Prisoner of Azkaban is not one of my favorite books in the series, so I did like skip through.
It's my favorite.
Oh, my favorite's Order of the Phoenix. So I am probably just gonna go back into Pumpkin Spice Cafe, try to finish that because I don't know if my brain can handle another fantasy right now because I am getting a little sleepy. I don't know what your plans are.
I'll probably go back to the Pumpkin Spice Cabinet too and finish it. Because there's
Yeah,
only a couple hours left.
Yeah, I've been kind of flying through that. We're both at the same spot, like 42% of the way down or something around those lines. I feel like we can finish that in a couple of hours. And then I'll probably pick up one of these two. I'm making good progress, surprisingly. I read a lot more than I thought I would, so.
After the next time we catch up, I'll probably start doing my audiobook and bake something.
So we're gonna go ahead and keep reading. It is now, I think, 2:45 in the morning. We both just finished Pumpkin Spice Cafe, so I'm really tired. I really enjoyed the book. I gave it 4 stars, I think. It was just like, I feel like the perfect fall romance read, so I really recommend it.
I really liked it too. I mean, I literally finished it like
Yeah, I finished it like an hour before she did.
I
so
finished
went
it
past
like
the
a second ago. But I think I'll give it like 3 stars. You know, it was like it was good.
Yeah, that's fair. It is, like I said, like 2:45-ish in the morning, and we both mutually agreed that we're gonna take a nap for a couple of hours now because we were like all like she fell asleep in the middle of reading the book. I had to wake her up so she could finish. But we're gonna take a nap for a couple of hours, and then probably we'll both listen to our audiobooks for a little bit so she can bake and I'll shower, clean up a little bit once I have more energy after a nap, hopefully. And hopefully I don't wake up groggier than ever like I did when I napped earlier today.
Hopefully I have a good nap like I did earlier today. Okay, so the like 2-hour nap that was supposed to occur turned into just like full on going to bed because it is now like 10 o'clock. So we still have like 10 more hours left. So I still think we can get some more reading done But I definitely feel a lot more well rested after just getting like a full 6 hours of sleep. We did definitely fail. The goal was to stay up for a full 24 hours. I didn't think I could do it, especially after like my horrible nap yesterday. But yeah, we're just gonna keep reading. I think I'm going to read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I don't know if I'm gonna try to finish it because it's kind of a long book, and sometimes my brain is not all there when I'm reading that book because it's very wordy. So I don't know. What are you planning to read?
To finish the treatment.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess I did shower this morning and listen to a little bit more of Assistant to the Villain on audiobook. I didn't mention it in like my TBR, my goals, because I wasn't expecting to really read much of it or finish it, just because I don't plan to listen to my audiobooks a whole lot today. So I just did want to mention that I did make some more progress. I'm like 40% done with it right now, I think. So So I just finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm not okay after that ending. I didn't know what to expect going into it, and it wasn't that. Definitely 5 stars. I have no other thoughts beyond I am just so sad. So I'm going to give myself some time to sit with that one and then probably move on to Masters of Death at some point today. Alright, it is now 10 till 7, and I think I'm just going to be done reading for the day. I never started Masters of Death, and I think in technical terms this challenge was a fail because we fell asleep for 6 hours and also are not even going until 8 o'clock. But for me, it's still a success because I finished 3 books, and that's a win for me. So first I finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which I'm still surprised how quickly I've sped through that book. And then I finished The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I really, really enjoyed. And then, as you probably saw very recently, I finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which it's part of why I don't feel like I can read another book right now, because that kind of put me in a book hangover, because that ending destroyed me just a little bit. So that is it for me. Cameron, do you want to update where you're at? I don't know if you're still planning to read more or not, but
I might. So I also finished Prisoner of Azkaban around the same time she did. She finished before me, even though I was ahead to start with. And then I also finished The Pumpkin Spice Cafe around the same time as she did. But she again finished before me, even though I was ahead of her. I think I was. Yeah, because you started it.
because I had just started it.
And then I'm pretty close to finishing The Treatment. I feel like I might finish that today. And then I only have an hour left of The Very Secret Society of the Irregular Witches, the audiobook I was listening to. And yeah, and then I didn't get to the 3rd or 4th book in the program series or What Lies in the Woods. I would have if we didn't sleep.
I also think you might have just been too ambitious.
No, I would have gotten to it if we didn't sleep for 6 hours, for sure. And actually read the whole time. So, okay.
But anyway, so for my first vlog, this was actually kind of fun. I definitely want to do more 24-hour reading vlogs or just reading challenges, because it definitely made me read a lot more than I feel like I would have by forcing me to actually read. And definitely this is going to be the first of many vlogs to come. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next time.